Okay, I want to take a little bit of time to go over this first essay and give you a good idea of how this is going to be approached. Now, to start off with, it's very important to understand that this isn't so much like maybe the traditional essays you've written in class, where you have a works cited and all that other stuff with MLA. I'm going to approach this somewhat differently because I'm really emphasizing the readings, that you understand the writers that were innovating during the Modernist period, during this one, during the Harlem Renaissance, the post-colonial, and the later writers, that you understand the writers more than it's about formatting the essay. Okay, I'm assuming all of you do know how to provide a works cited and everything else, but you do not need to provide it for this essay. Instead, before you open this assignment, make certain that you have a solid understanding of either James Joyce's Evelyn and how those aesthetic theories apply with spatializing, or you have a very solid understanding of Hemingway's Soldier's Home and how those ideas of spatialized aesthetics apply to him. Either way, okay? Before you start writing, you should have a very clear idea of either one. You have until the end of the day on Saturday to complete this, but get a good idea. Take some time to get the readings out and kind of map out what you're going to do. These ideas do apply about spatializing aesthetics, which is the notion that two things are simultaneously present, okay, in the writing. And you see that in Hemingway and in Joyce, but you see it throughout the modernist writers that we've had. You can see the way the past is still present for the different perspectives in Eliot's The Wasteland. But also in James Joyce's Evelyn and in Ernest Hemingway's Soldier's Home, both of the lead characters, Krebs and Evelyn, are struggling with other parts of their lives that are holding them in place. These other parts of their lives, their memories and emotions of these things that have happened to them, are still present and holding them still. Okay, that's what I want you, looking into these stories, to write about. We're not going to write on Eliot, but it's certainly present. I just felt Eliot was going to get a little too scrambled, a little too difficult. And so you're going to write on one of those stories, and what you'll do is write very much in the style of an in-class essay. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me shrink myself up. Here's the class, and you will see the essay in week 4. You can pick on week 4 down here, or the artwork is lined towards it, or you can do modules, okay? And so if you click on week 4, you'll have this video lesson right here, in Birth of Modernism. Those are the readings, and here's the essay assignment, okay? Or if you go through modules, it's over here. And you can go down all the lessons we've had. Here's week 4. Here's the Birth of Modernism reading. I will have this lesson posted right here. And then here's the assignment. Very important. Don't open it until you are ready to write, okay? You should have a cup of coffee with you. You should know the readings. I would encourage you to mark the readings up so you can start writing and sip your coffee as you please, and then go at it. It should take about an hour to write, about an hour, but I've given you 2 hours to write it. You only have one attempt on it, so make sure you're ready before you start, okay? Let me jump down again, and let me go ahead and click on it so you know what it looks like, okay? And this is what it looks like. I have the lecture that I talked about aesthetics. Look at that nice sweater I have. There it is. That goes over the aesthetics if you need to review it. And here's a little bit of background on either Hemingway or Joyce. And you can write again about either one. Write only on one, okay? And here's the question ultimately to answer. This question right here. That should be your thesis. Your answer to that question, that's your thesis. And I really emphasize, make sure it's your own insight. It's called academic independence, okay? I should learn something new from you with your thesis. You should have your own approach to James Joyce or to Hemingway that others don't quite understand, that you're going to show us all something new about the nature of their aesthetics that's going on there. Okay, and let me jump back over there. And so you choose one, and then when you start writing, I'm going to ask that you do it this way. This is the way that I think works best. Okay, let me put myself down here. Write a quick outline at the top. A quick outline. If I were going to write on Evelyn, let me put myself up here. Let's say I was going to write on Evelyn here, and I'm going to have to write a thesis, but I'm going to have 3 body paragraphs, and the body paragraphs need to be detailed. They need to show me that you really understand James Joyce's Evelyn, or you really understand Hemingway's Soldier's Home. Make sure you've studied each one of those stories clearly, and you understand how spatialized aesthetics are kind of working in there. The whole idea is that there are 2 things that are simultaneously present in the stories. Something about Krebs's past and his emotions, and something about Evelyn's past and her emotions about them, and how they work. They each work differently, and you're going to show me something new about them. Okay. Let's say I have 3 body paragraphs on Evelyn. I could say Evelyn's relation to mother and past, and then Evelyn relation to her job and Dublin, and then I could do Evelyn relation to her father and brothers. That would be my little quick outline. Nothing detailed, nothing in depth. Just that's where I'm going to go with my essay, and that will give me an idea of what I'm going to write about. Now, and then what I do is I write my thesis. My thesis is going to answer that question right here. How is the past made present in the actions and emotions of the primary characters of either story? And so I'm going to write one single sentence. That will be my thesis. One sentence that's going to be my insight into Evelyn, and how her mother is still present with her, how her position or her job is still present with her, and how her father and brothers are still present with her, and kind of holding her. That's going to be my thesis. Okay, something about that. I'm going to put it into one sentence, and it's going to be at the top. Okay, and then I'm going to go into my thesis is going to be there, and then the first body paragraph I'm going to write with detail as much as I can, but then I'm going to make sure I give plenty of detail, okay, about 4 to 6 sentences describing Evelyn's relationship with her mother. And then I'm going to go into my own insight, and that should take a couple of sentences. Each body paragraph should have plenty of detail about the scene you want to work with, like Krebs dealing with his mother, okay, and how she makes him feel guilty about not having a position, blah, 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 or with his father and things like that, and go into detail regarding those issues, okay, and then go into your insight into why these are either spatial or temporal aesthetics, and what is Hemingway or Joyce doing at this time period, okay? How is he showing either Joyce or Hemingway that the past is still present, okay? Go into detail in the body paragraphs, and then at the very end, restate that thesis one more time so I can't miss it, okay? So restate it at the top and restate it at the bottom. And at the very top, you should have a quick little outline for organizing your body paragraphs. And then, again, I can't emphasize enough. Go into detail. Show me you really understand the story. But most importantly, in each body paragraph, go into how you think these are modernist aesthetics. And you're going to give me your insight and how those emotions or how those memories are still present, your own idea for your interpretation, okay? Best of luck with this, guys. I'm looking forward to your essays.